Hi everybody, welcome to our professional development webinar for February 2020, and today we're going to talk about building the new AP sample labs using the Eclipse IDE. My name is Chris Just. I'm the president of CompuScholar. I've spent quite a few years in the software engineering industry as well as a number of years in the online curriculum space, so I'm always happy to answer your questions. You can send those to me at chris.just@compuscholar.com. So today we're going to focus on how to actually get the labs building in the Eclipse IDE. Eclipse is something that we recommend for our own coursework, and it's one of the more popular IDEs out there. So we thought this would be a worthwhile exercise to provide some shell projects for you and some guidance on how to get these things building in the Eclipse IDE. So we're going to start off and remind you about the nature of the secured materials, and we'll remind you as well about how to build the earlier labs that were released in 2016. And then we'll spend most of our time focusing on the new 2019 sample labs. So of course these AP labs are secured materials, so in order to get access to the student and the teacher code as well as the teacher guides, you need to complete the AP course audit with the College Board, and then you'll actually download the lab material from the College Board. So of course here at CompuScholar we can't redistribute any of those secured materials, so you're going to need to get everything on your own, and then what you can pull from us are the Eclipse project files that will let you set up everything in Eclipse quickly and easily. And of course, don't forget to follow the College Board's access control instructions in terms of how you share these things with your students and if you take them up afterwards and that sort of thing. So when the AP exam was updated in 2016, there were 3 new example labs that were released at that time: the Magpie, the Picture Lab, and the 11s Lab. And our Java Programming AP course actually already contains some instructions on how to build those in Eclipse. You can download the Eclipse project files from within our course material, and so I just suggest you take a look at our course if you have any interest in building those earlier Magpie, Picture Lab, or 11s labs. So let's focus on the new labs that were released in 2019. There are 4 of them at the moment: the Consumer Review Lab, the Data Lab, the Steganography Lab, and the Celebrity Lab. And I'm certain if I have mispronounced steganography or any of these other things that some of you will cheerfully send me an email to correct the pronunciation of that lab, but that was my best shot, is steganography. Alright, so big picture, in order to build these in Eclipse, what you're going to do is download our Eclipse project files, just unzip them into an Eclipse workspace, and then copy in the secured materials. So let's walk you through that process now. Alright, I'm at our main website at www.compuscholar.com, and in the Professional Development Monthly Webinars page, you can see for February 2020, building a new AP CSA sample labs in Eclipse. There's a zip file here, so you can just click on this to download the zip of all the project settings. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you'll want to save that zip file to somewhere on your local computer that you can get to it later. So right now we're in the Documents My Projects directory. This happens to be an empty Eclipse workspace as well, and so I just copied the zip files right in here. So I'm going to right click on it, say Extract All, and I'm going to unzip it right into the My Projects directory. Alright, so I now have 4 new directories for Celebrity, Consumer Review, Data Lab, and so on. The AP Labs download directory, this is just where I stored my own personal download of the secured materials. So you'll have the secured materials on your own. If you go in here, you can see this is the the student code and the teacher code that you would get from the College Board. So this is all the secured materials, and you'll be copying information out of here and into the Eclipse project directories. Alright, let's start off and take a look at the Consumer Review Lab. You can see some familiar Eclipse directories with settings, bin, source, class, path, and project, so you don't need to change any of that. And within our project cells, you just have some instructions on which particular files to copy into certain directories. So if we double click on this text file, this will give you some indication of what files need to go in this particular root directory. So the clean sentiment CSV and a couple of text files and any other text files that you might generate while doing the activities. And if we look in the source directory, again, some additional guidance on which files to copy in here. So you want to copy in the review.java file, the testreview.java file, and anything else that you create Java-wise. That'll go in this source directory. So I'm going to go back into my secured materials, and we'll grab the teacher code just as an example. 2 Java files. Go in there. And then grab the remaining files, sentiment, and copy those right in here. Let's grab all these text files as well. Alright, so we kind of have all the files set up. Let's go ahead and bring up Eclipse. And right now my workspace is empty, so I'm going to import a project. File, import, general, existing project. Browse, and consumer review code 2. Here we go, and click finish. Alright, everything should be in here. You can drill down into the default package to see the review.java as well as the test review. And again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time actually going through the details of the labs themselves. There's plenty of good material online, as well as the PDF student and teacher guides that accompany the downloads. So just going to show you that in fact you can run it. This is the test review.java. Go ahead and run it, and you can see you get the expected output down here. So this lab is rocking and rolling and ready to go for your students and your teachers. So again, the key is just take a look at the text files that we provide within the downloaded project settings, and just copy in the files that it indicates there, and you'll be all set. Alright, so the next lab we're going to take a look at is the data lab. And the data lab is interesting in that it requires download and installation of the Sinbad jar, and we've already done that for you, so that's part of the Eclipse project settings at this point, so you don't need to do anything there. So you can see the jar file, and if we take a look in the source directory, all the student files are going to go here. So let's just hop back out to our downloads. We'll grab the student code here. And we're going to drop it right where the file tells us to. Okay. Back in Eclipse, again, we're going to need to do an import. Next. Data lab code. Finish. Here we are. We've got everything. You can do the welcome 01 file as a demonstration, and it by default will go off and get the temperature at the Atlanta Jackson International Airport. Alright, so that is your data lab code. Really easy to get that set up and working once you get the Sinbad jar in the right spot. Alright, let's look at the Steganography code next. This is one of the most complex projects. And this is very similar to the picture lab from the earlier set of labs in 2016. Notice there's an images directory here and a source directory. So in the images directory, you're going to place all of the image files with the exception of 2 little arrow GIFs. So all of the image files that you get will go in here. And then in the source directory, all of your Java source files will go here, as well as those 2 little arrow GIF files. So let me go ahead and just copy those in real quick. All right, I'm going to grab all the Java files here, plus the 2 little arrows. That'll go in your source directory. And we'll grab grab all of the JPEG files. And we'll drop them here in the images directory. Okay, back in Eclipse, File, Import, existing project into Workspace. Select and finish. All right, we're all set here. We've got our default code, we've got the images, and we can go ahead and run, say, the picture. And here's your pretty familiar beach image, and you can do, assorted things with the beach image here based on the lab contents. So the trick here is just getting the images in the right spots, and again, it's pretty straightforward if you just follow our templates. So that is the Steganography lab. All right, last but not least is the Celebrity lab. So let's go in here and take a peek. This is going to be really easy. If you look in the source directory, we're just going to drop all the student files in there. Let's go to our downloads folder. Grab all the files. Put them in the source directory. And do the familiar import. All right, our Celebrity lab is all set. Now with the starting student code, there's actually not a lot to see here when you run it. So let me very quickly copy in the teacher solution. All right, so I just overwrote the student files with the teacher files so we have something to look at. Come here and refresh these. We run the Celebrity tester. You can see a bunch of output here. And then if we run the Celebrity runner, here's the game UI as well. So again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through the details of the labs themselves. Just wanted to show you very quickly how to get them set up and building an Eclipse. And that's it. Very quick and easy for today. If you have any questions about getting these labs building an Eclipse, we'd love to hear them. So definitely reach out to me at chris.ust@compuscholar.com and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.